Mornings are tough for me to get up to. At times, anyway. Hey. This is why I keep saying I have to change the hours. Yeah. Alright, I did last night work on the painting a little bit more. A lot of small touches. Mostly solely just the hair. But it added a good sense of depth to it, and it's kind of fascinating. I'm still going to keep working at it, still keep going for it. Let's see what all I'm able to accomplish with it. What all I'm able to learn. I did notice that I still tend to avoid the face, and it's a weird one. Not the face itself, but the habit. I think I'm like subconsciously afraid of screwing it up, and so I just keep avoiding it. I don't know how, so I'll just do it later, type of thing. So I'm gonna try and shoot for that today. See where we can get on the face. I've already screwed it up a couple of times, so see if I can continue the trend or work on it, get better. Alright. Should be enough. And a bit more over here. Alright. This is my morning routine type stuff. Clean up the palette. Mostly by scraping it all away. It's a lot easier to do it that way than to sit there trying to clean up mushy paint that doesn't want to come off. I can just quite literally scrape it off and chuck in the trash. So any extra steps? Alright, so face. We want a very white complexion, very fair. But we still want the, oh yeah, that was the other thing. I did want to work on the leg here. This bit here is a little too dark. This bright area needs to spread out a little bit more. So I'm going to try and recover it up and then reshade it. Is one of the goals. Should I ever get to it today? Alright. Okay. Let's see. It's very white complexion. Yeah. My whole painting ain't perfect. There's a lot of little details and problems with it, but it's actually turning out pretty good. I'm kind of proud of that. I still need a bigger palette. I think this is a watercoloring one, not like an actual painter's palette. Or paint, not watercolor paint. I got the color mixed up wrong. I think I was using up the last little bit that was left over for the face, and as such it's all not quite right. Alright, so let's give it a shot. Very, very pale color. sure if that's too pale. More yellow in there. And as always with all of my paint, I'm winging it, trying to get it right. Actually, let's do that. Let's go with a little bit of a darker color. At least try to anyway. Not quite so bright. That's a bit better. That's a bit better. That's closer. I think that's pretty good. Then we can darken up the outer shaded areas better. And I'm going to be going completely over my pre-drawn steps, the eyebrows, mouth, nose, those kind of things. Gonna try and do it over again, because those were guidelines, more or less. Now what I'm doing is going for flat color and clearing it up later. It does look like she has a outline on the end of her face, so I don't have to worry about that aspect too much. It's fascinating seeing how long it takes me to do tasks, like that Link painting I did. That took about a week. This one is taking about the same, but a bit more. Alright. And I know I keep talking about it, but it's kind of an important bit in my life, but this whole move to Texas, I keep thinking yes, thinking no. Well, what about this? What about that? And I keep going back to the same conclusion. I gotta do it. Not like I need to do it or I'm gonna die, but I need to do it or I'm never gonna do it. And it's just a little bit where I know myself. I know I'll take the safe, comfortable path that I've always taken. That's the one I always take. And so I realized that if I push it off, I'll keep pushing it off until it's just optimal, just right. I have everything set in order, which is never going to happen. I'm never going to be exactly where I want to be. I'm never going to have everything all laid out for me. But I can get everything to the best I can right now. Excuse me. Alright, so that's what I'm aiming for. That's what I'm shooting for. That's what I'm going to be doing. Moving at a non-perfect time, because that's as perfect as I'm going to get it. paint flake was sticking in there still. Alright, so I've got her face, and it's pretty bright, pretty bright. To water it down, I think I'll need the other yellow and potentially some brown. But yeah, so I'm probably gonna have doubts about this move while I'm driving down there. But I hope not. Well, one of the recent ones, one of the recent doubts that pops up in there is the fires that are spreading out right now, which they really shouldn't, but they are. And that they might spread over and cause things to happen. And on a more selfish note, which I don't really like, but it still pops up, is all the people fleeing are going to move over to Texas. And I don't know why that bothers me. And it really shouldn't, but it's a odd thought, and I think it's my brain trying to come up with anything to get me to stop going. But in that same vein, a huge number of people are fleeing California, not because of the fire, but that's one of the reasons. Mostly because they can't afford to live there, and they're fleeing California to seek refuge in Texas and some other states. And California is not one of my ideal belief systems or political beliefs, and nor is it any Texans. So it's this weird kind of surreal bit that we're going through right now, in that these diametrically opposed I say political parties, because that's kind of what they are right now, are kind of meeting up. I don't know. And I don't know. I don't know. Because one of the things I was planning with the move, okay, was moving to a large-ish group of like-minded people. People who shared some of my interests, beliefs, things like that. Which is one of the reasons I rolled out California. While California most definitely has a lot of the things I'm interested in, arts, acting, things like that, I can't actually agree to can't actually agree with any of their political beliefs. Okay, that's right about there. Nope, a bit higher. That's pretty close. And so I had to look elsewhere. Then I tried maybe Portland. I was there. I kind of like this look of the city. But every time I thought about it, they kept tossing out some new thing that, that doesn't vibe with me. So I started looking elsewhere for places. And that had the arts. That was a big one for me. I wanted to go someplace with the arts. Art school, dancing, something. Wasn't quite entirely sure what, but I knew it was in that vein that I wanted to go. And so that's what I started looking into, and I ended up with Texas being an option. And I think it'll work out. I honestly think I'll be okay with Texas. I just keep worrying about things not going right. Things out of my control happening. But honestly, I think that's what I need. Things to be out of my control somewhat. I think I need enough control to go in a direction that's actually good for me, but not so much control that I stifle any opportunities that might arise. So it's this weird kind of dance of the unknown for me. I don't know how it'll all work out. I just know that it probably will. And who are you? I'm gonna guess it's you. And so I'm looking into it, trying to find things. I don't know. But I keep trying, I keep looking out for whatever it is I'm trying to find. Trying to keep an open mind. It's a lot easier said than done. But it is what it is. But currently I'm just focusing on painting right now. Mainly because the art school I'm looking at getting into requires 5 to 10 art pieces to shit. A bit too loose with these. 5 to 10 art pieces to see if you're good enough to enter. I think I am, but I don't have 5 pieces. Not quite yet. You've got 1, 2, 3, and this will be my 4th. Well, that one still needs finishing up, but shouldn't be too hard, right? Right. But anyway, I'm working at it. I'm trying to get these done. One of my plans is to do it, apply before I move, and try and see how well that works out. Because they do have a spring thing in, I think it's starting in January. Or that may still be the winter. I can't remember specifically. But yeah, I'd like to give it a shot. And also work at practicing a bit. And it's honestly a bit silly. I'm practicing my skills so that I'm good enough to get into school. It seems silly when you think about it, but the courses are limited. It's not like some big old giant school, university or whatever. It's just a small little building with people that have classes. That's what I'm actually looking into, and it's weird. I'm moving halfway across the country for this one little building, just this one little building. I don't even know if I'll get in. So. But I have faith. I'm pretty sure that I had a pretty good shot at it. And if not, I started looking into backup plans, trying to find alternative ways of doing it. So one of the big ones I'm looking for is the figure drawing classes, because I have a pretty good grasp of the human body, but I want a better one, and a better understanding of how pieces fit together. And life drawing classes are one of them, where you sit down with a model and draw and or paint them. And it works out. I can see it going. And this needs to be a lot darker. Oh, I've already got that color. What am I doing? So let's try that. Try that in an inconspicuous spot. See how well the let's start over here because you have to be a bit darker. Bit too much. But I'm looking into getting life drawing classes. Try and get a model type thing. I can't do that quite here. This place is too small. It just doesn't even really have it. For reference, the local community college only has like a dozen classes maybe. And it's just the bare basics for anything. It's not actually enough to get you going. This is where the tough part comes in. I gotta make the face look good. Well, or try my best at making it look right. And she's got like eyeliner, eyeshadow. I still don't quite know which one is which. I know they're a thing, and I know the different applications. One goes like around your eye, one goes on the eyelid. The eyelid one is probably the eyeliner, isn't it? But I don't know. I'm working it, but I'd like to get a figure drawing course under my belt to say I can. And that's one of the big things I'm moving for. One of the other ones is finding again like-minded people. But that's one of the main things I'm looking for, but also one of the things I fear I'll have the hardest trouble getting. Is this feeling of, I guess, a bit of loneliness out there, that surrounded by people but still alone. Not that I'm calling myself a genius or anything like that, but rather my tastes have always been odd. Not bizarre or crazy or just like some creepy. It's just different. I know there's some people who enjoy the same things I do. I just don't know who they are or where to find them. Or the few times I have, that they break down. Don't know how to deal with that aspect. I know things change. People move on. People change. Hell, I'm one of the biggest ones I know of. I've changed a hell of a lot since. Well, I have. I've changed a lot in some big ways, and I've stayed exactly the same in a lot of others. I'd like to work at that and get some of the things I'm stuck in my head doing out of there. But what I'm gonna work with, clean that bit up here. Give me a sec. But yeah, so I keep just like these two parts of my brain, two parts of my mind, or whatever you want to call them, they keep going, you should do this. No, wait, you shouldn't do that. That's a horrible idea. Wait, that's what you should do. No, wait, no, you shouldn't do that. And stuck here trying to figure out what to do about it. One of the neat things, though, however, I think I need a bit for. Yeah, that's the highlight color. So work with that. That might be the one I need to go with. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how these colors should look. I'm trying to get the matchup for the leg. The current one I got for the face is a bit too bright. But I'm going through it, trying to figure out how to do it. There's this one video I watched last week-ish, something like that. It was talking about narcissists, to be honest, which was kind of neat. That looks close enough. I can probably work with that. Now give me a sec, I gotta try and line it up. Anyway, this narcissist video was talking about the I can't remember the name of it, but they're damned if you do, damned if you don't is one of the phrases they kept using. And it was where they get yourself, I think, a narcissist in a relationship. One of the examples was you should be more spontaneous. You always dress the same, so you should probably be a bit more spontaneous. Be more fun that way. So then you change it up, and it's like you change that. That doesn't suit you anymore. And so if you change it up, they complain about it. If you say the same, they complain about it. And no matter what you do, you end up not doing the right answer because you can't. There's no way for you to do the right answer. And since watching that, I think about it from time to time. Not to call myself a narcissist. I may have some tendencies, but I don't believe I'm one. Correct me if I'm wrong. I would really not like to be a narcissist. But that mindset, some of the because I do know a couple narcissists, and so I have experience with some of the stuff that happens like that. Alright, that looks decent. I think I need to touch it up though. Right here. But the solution to that is don't play the game. They set the rules, do A or do B. And when you get stuck in a situation like that, well, I have to do A, or then they'll hate me. If I do B, they'll hate me. I can't win. Well, take option C. Ignore them or do your own thing, or it doesn't matter what they think. And that's how you deal with somewhat of a narcissist. And so I think of that, and it's like always, you're never quite as trapped as you believe yourself to be. You do have options. You do have the ability to do more. And so that's what I keep trying to, in the back of my mind, trying to work with. I do have options. I do have the ability. I do have something else I can do. I just don't quite know what it is yet. I think probably the biggest one will probably end up being just don't think about it too much. Just let it be what it is. But I have that fear in the back of my mind. Well, what if something horrible goes wrong? What if this? What if that? But at the same time, it's good will happen. I'm almost certain of it. And if it doesn't, I do have a backup currently. Oh, that was one of the other things. These fires going along, and there's nothing really in my area currently. We've got one fire close, actually nearby my brother, that seemed to have hopped the river, but I believe they've got it under control right now. And other than that, we don't really have anything too bad going on. But California and everywhere else is just... Oregon is another one. They're just burning to nothing. It's kind of crazy. But it is what it is. There's even some conspiracy theories about people who started it. Apparently one in California was started by a gender reveal firework party or something. And I wouldn't put it past people to do stupid shit cause of fire. One of the other things, however, though, is currently in our area, I don't think it's in our area, but somewhere nearby, the fire crews are being overworked. They can't work on like all the calls for people calling them to come help me. My barbecue went up in flames. All these little petty shit they have to worry about the state burning down, and not necessarily your dinner not getting cooked. And so one of the things is some of the people in the community are taking it among themselves to fight their own fires and do what they can, from like learning from like the logging groups and whatnot, because most people tend to think, oh no, what are you doing there? Why are you? I'm gonna guess that was a little piece that was stuck on the paintbrush. A lot of people are you were this color, I believe. Under the belief, assumption, practice, don't quite know what word to use, that if something goes wrong, you call the authorities, which is kind of a big mindset in America right now. So it seems to be changing a bit. I got another news story about something like that. Give me a moment to work on this here. But oh, again, I grabbed the wrong brush. So a little bit more. I can call that okay. But people tend to think that they are unable to solve the problem, and only the authorities are able to, whatever it happens to be. But then the story is these ladies were sitting here protesting Trump and the police and other such things, and so a couple of the Trump supporters started recording and asking them to explain their point of view. It's like, okay, you say Trump is racist, well, explain how. Well, you say you want to defund the police, well, what do you mean by that? And things like that, trying to get them to explain their point of view other than just do it. And they got upset. I haven't seen the whole video. I saw bits of it in a discussion, and it turns out that these same two girls who were protesting all that stuff, one of them being defund the police, were afraid of the supporters, and so for threatening them with questions, no actual physical action, just questions, to explain what they were meaning, and they went to the police, the nearby police, and told them that they were being harassed by these people or something. Like I said, I only got parts of it. And it's alright. They went up to the police with their defund the police signs and asked them for help. And they didn't see the hypocrisy in what they were doing. It was weird. But that's honestly what it's a lot of what we're up against. People who don't quite fully understand what it means to do anything sometimes. But such is life. I've got a lot of white spots here. And I know I'm supposed to be working on the face. I'm getting there, Let's see, this is... Oh, hello. Yes, someone walked up to the police with a defund the police sign, asking them to protect them from the people questioning them about the defund the police sign. I'll see if I can find a link or something for you, if you want. Oh, yeah, by the way, I got Judge Dredd, I think it was yesterday. I managed to watch that. That was a pretty cheesy action flick, man. But it was interesting. I did enjoy that robot. Those were some pretty interesting practical effects. But yeah, it's like, yeah, those defund the police people. They a lot of things, and the world's on fire, going down in flames. But it is what it is. But yeah, I was able to watch Dredd. It's pretty cool. I was interested in the... Yes, it was definitely an 80s film. Or 80s, 90s. It's they had some decent special effects in there. Some actual 3D stuff. At least the version I was watching. I don't know if it was like a remastered or what. Oh. No, I did not. But now that you point it out, it seems pretty obvious. Yeah. The one I saw was Sylvester Stallone. Bones in the new Star Trek movies. I guess I got the wrong one. Alright, so I guess I got another one to look into. Alright then. I'll have to look into the right one then. Alright. And alright, so I've got more homework to do. I'll see if I can get that one today and work at that. Oh, no, it's fine. Now I get to see it again. Now that I have that bar set, maybe the one you want to show me is better. Because the one I saw, very, very cheesy, yeah. Stallone actually looked the part of Dredd, but he didn't really feel like Dredd. It was, if like him and the whole outfit, it really did look like the character, but then he starts talking and acting and doesn't quite feel like the character. All right, but yeah, that Stallone version was the one that was up there in popularity, or the one that was being pushed at me. It's like, I guess this is the one, because there's always a million. You look for one thing and all this stuff happens. But yeah, it's I was curious about that, because what I know of Dredd, he never has his helmet off. I haven't ever read the comics. I just know him as the meme. but I understood him as kind of this emotionless judge who was always 100% by the book, which is what I know the Dredd character to be. Okay. Let's not. Alright. Yeah, it's fascinating, and it's not the actors or anything like that do it bad. The other aspect was in the Stallone movie. Get new. Oh, okay. You're asking me about an 80s movie, and then the Stallone movie, and now there's a new Dredd movie? Or am I got them wrong? All right. Because yeah, it's I don't know what it is about directors. It's like we've got to change this up significantly because reasons. It doesn't make sense most of the time. There's Dredd Stallone and Dredd New. Okay. A new one. Alright. Then I'll try and look into that one. Give me a sec to touch up that piece there. That was a little bit that really frustrated me for a while. Mistake on my part. And, yeah. But yeah, okay. So it looks like I've got to redo it and try and find the new one. Do you know what year it came out? Specifically, the new Dredd movie? Just so I know what to look for. Because that is one of my personal pet peeves when looking for movies, videos, things like that. Just when you've got multiple ones with the same exact name. And it's like, okay, which one did you mean? You meant this one. Oh, okay. Alright. And that's same color. Doesn't help. Alright. If you view it that way as well, I can maybe find it easier. Well, let's do it that way, so I get the right one. It's this one, numbnuts. Because I remember seeing every so often Judge Dredd gets like linked in forum discussions and threads and such, and one of the ways that is a solid black. Okay, and one of the ones I remember is like these ladies like fawning over him and like come on, Judge, let's do this or this. And he's just straight up stone face explaining to them how that's illegal. Or I can't do that, and he doesn't understand what they're like trying to imply to him or something of that nature. And that is the Dredd I know, just straight up 110% by the book. Alright, here we go. No real coming back from this stuff. And that's kind of the character I liked. And in 2013, 12, close enough. Yeah, a lot of movies have like the, did you mean the 1980s version? Or like the new 2012 version? And like, I don't know which one. And so, now that I have an actual year to work with, I could probably pinpoint it a lot easier. But I still would appreciate a link. There's that. We still have, that's what it is. Okay. series. Work on that one. You know what? Let's try for that band. Alright, no worries. It's no worries, man. It's one of the ones is if this one is tons better than the one I saw, I now have a new bar set. Okay, this is the bar you have to pass. And might make it better. Oh my god, that's tons better. After seeing the worst, now I can see the best type of thing. Alright. I'll check it out when we're done with this. Oh yeah, and speaking of other like space stories and such, one of my coworkers is really into reading and a lot of stories and such. And one he keeps talking about and sets a new bar. All right, I'll trust it. And it always is a comic book movie, isn't it? Like it's always the comic books or the cartoons or anything like that. The directors, the producers, or whoever the hell it is, never understand it. They just. I think it happens similarly with like the anime when it first came out, and why the 4Kids group exists. It's because like you have somebody translating like originally. When it like first started out, why the hell should we do this? Oh, it's like a Japanese cartoons. They find it really fun. Oh, okay, cartoons, and they immediately think like, from an American standpoint, Looney Tunes, Mickey Mouse. Those are the cartoons. Therefore, that's the angle we need to push it, as opposed to Akira or like Gundam or whatever the hell it is, where it's a bit more Death Note, where it's all serious, and they keep trying to. The American guys try and think of it as Looney Tunes, and they just make no effort to get it right. It's like this. Oh, cartoon means this. Let's go in that direction. I'm right, you're wrong. Go. And then when it fails, which they always do, they can blame the story. Well, nobody wanted to see that movie anyway. It was just a stupid cartoon. And repeat. And it's just a horrible series of events. Okay, so I do. She's got purple. Fascinating. And I think it's always you that I have to work with. Okay. A bit brighter. I've no knowledge of if that's exactly how it works, but I'm pretty sure it is. But yeah. And so this, in that discussion, there was at one point these people who brought up the idea of a job for Hollywood directors and whatnot called the book thumper. And I love that concept. I love that idea. But it'll never happen because their entire job shows that the directors have no idea what they're doing. What it is the book thumper carries around the original source material that the directors, the movie makers, or whatever are trying to recreate. In this case, let's say Judge Dredd, or let's go with the Harry Potter series. That makes a better picture. Like in the Harry Potter series, when they start like deviating from the book thumper goes up, smacks them on the head. That's not in the book, buddy. And like actually hits them over the head with the source material. In page 462, that was not said. They did it this way. Yeah, but in the book, they didn't do it that way. In the book, they didn't do it that way. And just sit there and pester them with what was right and what was wrong. And it's such a weird thing that a concept like that would be needed. For some things, yes, but they're really rare because in order to be a director in the big shots, you have to follow the directions of the Hollywood elite or whoever the hell it is. Yeah, it's another one is the horrible fiasco of the Fantastic Four. That's a perfect example of just put out a thing. 'Cause the Fantastic Four were accidentally given full rights to Fox, and that's why you had I didn't even see it, but like a horrible one that came out a few years ago that no one really cares. They accidentally signed over all of the rights if they made a movie every so and so years or whatever. They did care, for the most part. The first 2 books were very accurate to the books, as far as I know. After that, they deviated a bit because they started wearing normal clothes, which didn't happen in Harry Potter land. Then there's the whole Dumbledore screaming thing. Yeah. But yeah, if you look at it, the Harry Potters 1 and 2 were very close to the book. 3 and up deviated a lot, but they weren't horrible. But yeah, it's with Fantastic Four stuff, for instance, that's odd. I think I screwed up a bit. I'll keep going and figure out where I am. Hello, Juicy. Hello, hello. Dumbledore screaming. Oh yeah. Side saddle them after. Yeah, it's this character is the the Amazon from Dragon's Crown. I think this is Dragon's Crown. They're at the beginning, aren't they? There's the artwork and some of her game sprites. Mostly. Technically, that can stand is finished, but I want it to be better. So it's currently in a currently in the cat box. But yeah. Beatrice is in the cat box for now. She can be finished and she cannot be. So bear with me as I work on these eyes here. Eyes are really hard to get perfect. Damn it. I got paint on my finger, so I can't put it on the canvas. I think a little lower there. Yes. Currently I'm doing art month. I'm just focusing on doing some artworks as opposed to anything else. Because I got the artistic bug to do something and went with it. And the thing is, it She wasn't meant to be a reference, but that's what she ended up turning into. Because I want to... The face. Her face isn't right. It's... I've got all of it good, except for her face, and I want to fix it. And in order to do that, I'm doing a bit of a practice before that, so I can safely say, yeah, this is what I need to do. Her face, flat out. Because as you can see, with the body, for instance, I can have it a bit off, like the shoulders maybe a bit weird, or the arm is a bit bigger than it should be, or something like that. And for the most part, nobody really notices. It's just the wrinkle in the clothes. It's different, something like that. But then you get to the face, and if the eye is just a little bit off, the nose a little bit off center, the mouth not quite where it needs to be, you immediately notice it. You just immediately notice it. And that's my problem. I am not skilled enough to get it just right, so it ends up being wonky. All right. And my paintbrush is still... I've got a 000 size paintbrush, and it's still too fat for some of the lines I want to work on. Nope. I'm running the same issue here. It's so weird. I have it all gridded out, sketched out. That's what I'm going to be doing for Beatrice as well. I'm going to put a new grid on her face, easily wipe-awayable charcoal, and try and get it as accurate as I can to what should be there. Because right here the colors are a bit off, but they're in the right place for the most part. But the nose, I don't know what it is, but the nose, maybe it's... That's probably what it is. Let's look at that one. Where's my other paintbrush? There you are. There you are. I'm still trying to figure out why they don't quite look right. Okay, so it is dark all the way across. And one of the things I keep always trying to focus on in the back of my head is other things. Like for instance, this nose looks like it might be too far to the this side. But it might be that the shading on this aspect isn't fully where it needs to be, which makes that space look larger than it should. So it's actually in the right spot. They all are, but the colors and what things look like are not quite there. That looks better, but now it's odd. I might try clearing that up some. I don't know. And this is the part where I would appreciate having a teacher. Like, what am I missing here? What's wrong? Because currently I only got your guys' eyes and mine, and you can't quite see it right now. It's still on back order. Stupid cameras. Let's try you. Just the tiniest bit of color right there. Let's go with a little bit more that area. Let's go with it. Good enough? I don't know. Alright. But yeah, I'm just sitting here trying to figure it out. Try and work with it. And it really is amazing. Like, for instance, let's go work on that one for now. Need dark gold. I got you. Let's work with. I'll put you here. A bit more. Okay. Give me just one moment. Trying to make dark gold looking thing here. And things may be in the right spot, but they don't look like they're in the right spot. It's the same with a lot of makeup type things, where I don't watch makeup, but I know of slightly below general knowledge of makeup. That you can change how things look with shading and highlighting, and it's the same facial structure, same what have you, but by highlighting different aspects, you can change what the face looks like. Because I've seen some like videos, I think it was like a reaction compilation or something, of this guy watching people do weird makeup reveals where they like have like their ugly face and then they beautify it by like and change it entirely. They had, I think one lady had like her hair very carefully framed her face so that she didn't look quite as fat, and then she had shading on the cheeks to make it look a bit thinner, and she had highlights to make her eyes look bigger and things like that. And the amount of makeup that she had was staggering, but it had a significant effect on what she looked like. And so I think back to some of that whenever I'm working on here. It might be right, but it's not complete, which is why it looks off, is my guess for it anyway. Right, you were the one. We want a black one. It's close enough. Give me a second, I gotta find out. There it is. Coming along, coming along. I think the eyes need darker purple. Let's work on it. The purple I've got is too dark, but it just needs a little bit of white, brighten it up. See what we can get. Good enough? Let's try that. Let's try that. But yeah, it's trial and error, figure out how this all works. That's color. No, let's just straight up try the dark color. See how well that works out. Ooh. I think I've got a decent mix on here. Give me a sec. Interesting. Thinks that works. I think her eyes need to be right. I didn't color that part. Shit. So what do I do? Yeah, the whites of your eyes are not actually pure white, like right here, which is giving her a weird bug eye look. What color is that? It's like an off-white. Well, let's see if we can make it. You and anything else? I don't know. Maybe. Cream? Maybe, but I only have like these are the only two white-ish colors I've got. Everything else is definitely a color. Like this one's dark yellow. Then I've got brown, green, purple. So I've only got white and pale white. This skin color here. That's all I've got to work with. But yeah, cream. I might need to find more. And the reason I only have so few bright colors is because of this painting right here. This one doesn't have many light colors, just white and then her hair. That's it. So that's what I got, white and her hair. Man, it's kind of fascinating how things work out sometimes. Alright, so let's go with off-white. See if you work out, but I need a lot more white there than I've got. Okay, more white. More white. And I don't have any names for any of the colors, and it's actually, when I was younger, it was always kind of fun looking through the crayon box for these weird colors. Forest green, sky blue, neon car color yellow, or whatever these weird fancy names were. And now you get like all these people saying, that's not red, it's mahogany, or light mahogany mauve, whatever the hell it is. And actually, attempting to do any of that is just retarded. As long as you get like a base color going, you can then fine tune it, like a lighter red, a darker pink, things like that, because getting an exact specific color verbally is kind of pointless. Unless you want to go the computer route and go in hexadecimal color code, which is possible, but not really practical from a human perspective. It's still very white. One of the things I try and work at is getting smooth paint lines, because it is the thing that bugs me when like just big old globs of paint in a painting. It doesn't really look all that good for me personally. That looks better. That looks a hell of a lot better. Yeah, it's pretty cool, huh? Yeah, even like professional artists, well, not really. These paints do have a color, like this is yellow ochre and Naples yellow, alizarin crimson, things like that. And they do have those as like base ones to work from. But if you want a hair finer than that, like alizarin crimson minus 0.2 red, it's really stupid trying to get the actual name. Why are you? Shit. 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 Wrong one. It looks like I drew on the canvas. Gonna have to fix that. Gonna have to fix that. Shit. What's my finger doing that? Alright. I think the eye color's pretty good, but I do need a bit of shade mixed in there. Let's actually go with this one here. This might try the brown, maybe. But yeah. The other thing is that, come on, get up. There we go. Being able to like find that one thing you're searching for. I know a lot of people think that being able to find the thing you're searching for easily. A lot of people come up with like threads and like, okay, guys, I've got this like game. I don't know if it was a fever dream or actually real. Can you guys help me figure it out? It's got this one dude and he did this thing and he's got this one item and that's all I remember. And it's fascinating seeing people able to remember and recall and figure out some of that stuff based off minimal knowledge. Or like one of them is like, all I remember is like it had this system where you use cards to do a thingy or so. And, Bilpa, hello, welcome to the stream. We're just chatting about random shit today while I'm painting and the world's burning down. So what else is new? But yeah, welcome. Currently working on the eyes. Top. That didn't help. I need. And it's not the right color. Keep trying. We'll find the right one. Hey. Random stuffs. Yeah, I can't really do much about that, man. If you want me to stand outside with a hose and try and like spray down the dust so it doesn't bother you, that's about the extent that I can do. Though I doubt any of that will actually have an effect on you. I'll do it if you want me to, man. But yeah, it's kind of crazy. The world's burning. Just straight up burning right now. Though it happens often enough. But not quite to this extent, I don't believe. Try that color, see if that helps out. Thanks, though. Alright, well. It's still an offer, man. But yeah, I can't really do much. It's all I got. I got nothing, man. There we go. That's the color I was looking for. I need to retouch up some of this. And that is one of the things. If you actually look at it, a lot of people say eyes are white, but they're not quite. They're actually an off color, and I believe oftentimes they're actually closer to a gray than an actual white. But they look that way because of the relationship with the rest of the face or something. I don't know. And so it's like one of those optical illusions. There's this one where like they've got this checkerboard pattern, and they show you how like the dark square over here is the same color as the white square over there. You're like, no way, no way. But then they like put a divider in between it or give you an actual color code to look at, and it is actually the same color. But our brain tricks ourselves into thinking it's not. No, come on. Paint. It's like the face. The face is always the hardest part for me. I can do the entire body, just pretty fine. But once it comes to the face, I start faltering. And I'm willing to bet that's where I'm gonna falter most of the time. But I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep trying. See where I can get to. You need to cover up there. Get that going. Touch it up over here. And there we are. Maybe. I guess. So frustrating being like right there, so close, but alright, so here's the jawline, I guess. Let's work at it. Okay, so one of the other things I have trouble with is pointed chins and elbows and such. It's hard to get them looking round just right. But I'm working at it, getting it, more practice, more to see, more to work with. And there's there, and this one comes down a bit like this, not quite as round as I had it. Give me a moment. Once I finish this line, I'll try and show you what I've got so far. I really do want another camera so I can show you guys this stuff. I think I might need another tripod as well. Shit. Just so I can like mount it up here, like one of those weird crawly grabby ones. I think my brother-in-law has one of those. Maybe I'll bug him to see if I can get one working. Yeah, maybe not. I'll probably get my own one though at some point. Okay, so the eyebrows. And eyebrows are something kind of bizarre. If you don't have them there, it looks really weird. If you do have them there, you don't quite notice it, and it's eyebrows are kind of tough. Give me a minute. A lot of expression is in the eyebrows. It's almost amazing how much so. I think that might be what I was missing on some of this. Alright, so let's that out just a bit more. There we are. And let's go with you. A slightly thicker line because you faded. I think that's okay. I think that's okay. Your own VR headset? Really? Just modding it. Alright, alright. We're just doing it in Photoshop. Trying to make a dystopian future kind of headset. Oh, cool. I'd love to see that. One of the guys I watch altered and made his own. I didn't watch the video, but he brought it up the other day. And he put like googly weird comical eyes that are like, what the hell are you looking at kind of look, and it was weird. What the hell? What the hell? Gotta be... Can I get that off there? I gotta fix that. No, I gotta fix that. I gotta fix that. That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun. Great, 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 great. My hand got all sorts of paint on it. And then when I was sitting up here doing the face, put it on the rest of the body. Yeah, shit. Shit, shit, shit. You are not the right color. Well, I'll fix it. I'll fix it. I'll fix it. But yeah, custom VR headsets are pretty cool. And I like the creativity of a lot of people who do that. Here, I'll show you exactly what I meant. And here's the face so far. It's actually doing pretty good, and I somehow managed to forget the mouth. But yeah, this is and right there on her shoulder you've got that black spot, and then right there on the hair you've got a couple of splotches. I'll work on it. I'll work on it. I'll fix it. I'll fix it. All right. I just gotta figure out the right way to go about doing it. Let's work with this spot. So let's try base color again, which is U2. Let's go with that. U, and I think the other yellow, potentially some brown. I think I got some brown sitting up here still, so I can work with that. Okay. This is one of the other things I'm trying to work on, reacting to problems without freaking out. I'm actually pretty good at keeping a level head, but it's frustrating sometimes. Okay, so I need that color, which is you guys mixed up a bit, I believe. And I've got the hair I've got to work on. See if you are the correct one. Painting, painting, painting. Let's see how close you are. Close enough, close enough. Stay off the canvas, stay off the canvas. Don't want to do that again. But, yeah. Seems to happen to everyone. A bit, I'd imagine. But I recognize that it's a thing I do, and one I'd like to correct. One I'd like to work at not doing as much. And well, the main part is to counteract my perfectionism. Because that's honestly where it stems from. All of that fear of failure, fear of things going wrong, is from perfectionism. You want to try and get things perfect, get things right, but at the same time, it's okay to have some mistakes. And it's actually a requirement to have mistakes in order to succeed. You gotta fail in order to learn how to overcome them. You can, but it's not really practical to learn how to deal with a mistake without actually dealing with it personally. It's working out. The arm seems to have been properly... I still got a little black spot there, right there. Damn you, black spot. Let's try just straight up cover up. Didn't work for that one spot. You know what? Let's try that. And just kind of the belief that things will be okay, they'll work themselves out. Or what have you. That's probably the best I'm gonna get. Let's go with it. Frustrating that such a thing happened, but now, because of it, I know don't be so careless about leaning on the canvas. Because that can happen. Now I have learned. Now I know why that's a thing. Well, I know why it's a thing better than not black, brown. It's an opportunity to learn. It's a thing. Yes, it is. They're things. Alright, so now I need that. How did I make that? I think it was brown? I think it's the color I used for that. Do a bit more you, pop you down over here, try and mix you up. Let's just mix this whole bit over here up, see what that comes up with. I think it should be something relatively close to the base color, and we can work on it from there. In order to do that, I think I did the brown, which is where that dark shade came into. So let's go with brown. And see where we get to. white color. I think that might work with the base, and darken it up from there. Alright, so let's see what it's like. And again, I forgot to clean off the brush. Okay. This is still much too light, I can already tell already. Yep, too light. It needs darker. Yeah. Needs to be much darker. Let's give it a shot with you. And give it a whirl. Or needs more. Alright. But yeah, it's sorry, I'm kind of focusing here. I tend to do that sometimes. It's a lot, I guess. Yeah, when I'm like really focused, I just kind of shut up. It's actually one of the reasons why I think I wouldn't be one. So one of the reasons why I think I'm not cut out for actually gaming, streaming, because gamers like talk through the whole ordeal. I actually personally dislike that. Well, I don't know. It's kind of weird. Okay, that's you. I still need it darker. Some don't talk. I know, but those aren't really popular type ones, as far as I know. Or they play games where the noise makes it for them, or something like that. But no, for me, it's like the same as like when I'm watching a movie, I guess. I like sitting there watching it and experiencing it, not just having it in the background with somebody commenting over it. I like trying to experience the movie, the game, what have you. And by me talking, I'm taking away from that experience, at least personally. And it's kind of hard. It's like, I gotta talk, because otherwise what's kind of the point of me being here for a streamer? But I don't want to talk because that'll kind of mess some of that up. So it's this weird little balancing game, and I don't think it's not that I'm saying I'm horrible, it's just I'm thinking that's not the route I should be going. Still not dark enough. Why are you not dark enough? I guess that's getting... Oh, that's why I think I did a bit of you. Right. I think I did that color to get it there. Alright. But yeah, it's kind of an odd thing trying to figure out what works for you and what doesn't. And accepting that, you know, that's not quite my thing. It's not that I don't enjoy games, it's just I don't think I'll be able to do games effectively as a streamer. So I'm gonna do art streams and novel streams where I have to actually talk. I'm talking as a character or something like that. Yeah, it's just finding out what works for you, I believe. Still not enough. Still not fucking enough. Nah. Okay, so let's... need it to be at least that shade, which it is not. So I'm going to just dump like an entire blob on there. See if that'll make a difference. should. There we are. And it's a that's still, what the hell? You know what? Just straight dump it. That should do it. If it doesn't, I'm gonna be amazed. I think that did it. We're doing all right. Missed that spot down there. Okay. I think I got it, but now it's time to feather it down. Okay. Alright, there we are. But yeah, it's finding out what works for you, what doesn't. This is okay, that is not. It's not like I need. I can actually probably leave it like that. That's actually pretty good as is. Give me a second, I've got some odd underneath lines that are showing through here. Yeah, I think this is mostly it for this one. Oh, and the bands on the gloves, I forgot about those. It's kind of fascinating how like some pieces are taking a lot longer than other ones. I think with the Link one, it was very simple pattern, not a lot to it for the most part. But this one, all the details in like the hair and the shading for bits. It's taken up a lot of time and effort, and it's no bad thing. I gave myself kind of like the same work time frame, but I wasn't able to hit it. And I think it's all these details. Like I had to spend so much time putting this hair in properly. So much time getting the buttons on the clothing, the coins, and they didn't. And Link was just some pretty simple ones. I had some work on the shield, but not nearly as much as I have to do here. It's fascinating trying to just see what makes things work. Why some do and some don't. Alright, so you guys there, bit there, some lines there. Definitely some here that I missed up. Alright. And one of the other things I've noticed that works out with artwork is just kind of how you hopped from place to place. Like today I was gonna try and focus on the face, which I did. I'm still missing the mouth. I think I'm actually kind of avoiding that right now. Don't really intend to, but I think that's what I keep running into. And it sometimes helps to just bebop around the place. Work on the face, get things, other areas. Oh, right, shoulder. Gotta work on the shoulder. Okay, so the shoulder would be you, I believe. Then recolored with the shading. Okay, so. It's not an exact color, but just enough to have a base layer there. And we'll actually let that canvas, let that dry some. A little bit more, just right underneath. There we are. Actually, I'm gonna fill those spots in a bit. There we are. And get close. One of the things I notice I do is I have my pencil lying underneath my underlying sketch, and I go right up to the edge and no more, which leaves a bit of a gap between some of the things. Like there's a bit here, a bit there, some here, and around. There's one there. And it's not you, not you. I guess you'll work. And it's just kind of a thing I've noticed. I'm afraid to cross that little line, even though it's okay. The world messes up, but it's gonna always be there till the heat death of the universe. Alright, so you're a bit more layered on, covered up, then cover up the cover up. Let's start over on this bit here. Bit too dark of a color. Give it a new base. It's a bit too yellow, but we can work through it. Alright, and I think for next time I'm gonna try and finish up the clothing. Like the gloves and the clothing. Hot temp of 124. Yeah. I wonder why. Oh, the other day, since it's currently fire season and things are burning, my folks are trying to keep tabs on some of that in order to prepare for the worst type of thing. Because you never know. But they were looking online at some satellite pictures of the weather and some of the fires, things like that. And yeah, just to give you an example of how big that fire is, you could see one of the fires in California and Oregon from space. I'm not talking about like the smoke, the actual red flame. There was red on a satellite picture, and you could see it, and then a big old plume of smoke coming up from it. It was weird and kind of creepy because that shouldn't really happen. But yet, here we are. Alright. So I think that's about it for today, and I fixed the mistakes I had. Just double check. There's that one, but I can deal with that later. I think I'm okay. I think I'm okay now. That's one of the things down in California. Yeah, one of the fires in California was apparently started by a gender reveal party. Some dude set off a firework that was like red or blue to reveal what gender the kid was, or something like that. I don't know the full story. I just know that one that gets tossed around all over, and that apparently started one of the bigger fires down there that they're having to try and put out now. But yeah, it's what it is. But yeah, here is the current piece as it stands. Slow going, had a late start today, but we're making progress. I really do want to fix out the clothing next time, and then perhaps afterward the background, finalize that, and I think that should be it, other than some odd effects here and there. I like it too. It's turning out really good, a lot better than I thought I would. I probably could, but this runs into the issue of it's literally somebody else's art. This is their art. I made an exact duplicate of it. Oh yeah, I just have feathers up there. Can't forget the feathers. It's just stuck up there in the corner. So I don't know how that would mess with it. I'm good enough where I could sell my art, but I don't think I can sell these specific pieces because they're artwork of somebody else. So yeah, it's like I can't deny that I'm good enough. It's weird kind of saying that, because for years I've thought not quite good enough, and now I kind of all of a sudden am. But I still have trouble making non-existing pieces. Like if I took her character in a different pose, something else, I would have trouble with that. But that's one of my next goals to work towards. Currently I'm working at skills, getting some just kind of practice and art stuff out there, and I'm doing okay. But I do have some work to go, like creating my own. That's the next hurdle to overcome. But anyway, that'll be it for today. I'm pretty happy with how these are coming out, and I can see the progress of how things go. It was 1, 2, 3, and this is my 4th one. And this one was okay, but kind of crude. I was figuring out how paint worked. I figured out how paint worked, but then I had trouble with some of the aspects of actual painting. This one, I'm still figuring it out, but I'm getting the hang of it. I think I'm there with this one. So it's a pretty cool adventure I've been on. Anyway, see you guys later. I'm gonna check out the Dread link you gave me. See if I can get that today. Anyway, take care, everybody.